because they know they can get more money next year after the CBA is done. But
Right.
let's go ahead and get into Week 12 matchups. First one, let's talk about Dallas, New England. I'm just going to keep it short, keep it simple here. Dallas, good team. I got New England winning this.
All right.
Um,
Well, I got it completely opposite in my opinion. I
really?
think Cowboys have number one total offense in the league, and yeah, the Patriots might have a good defense, but they're exposed. I called the upset with Baltimore. I'm calling this one too. Cowboys upset Patriots.
All right. The next one, Green Bay, San Francisco. And I think we're going to vary on this one too, because I just said it. There's no spoiler. I think Green Bay wins this game. Green Bay has a great pass rush. They're going to be able to put pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo. If Matt Breida is not healthy, Tevin Coleman can't carry the workload by himself. He showed it last week too. If Emmanuel Sanders isn't 100% healthy, that's Jimmy Garoppolo's favorite target right now. And if he can't find him, he's going to be kind of lost out there. Yeah, George Kittle will be available, but at the same time, he's really became kind of almost infatuated with the way that Emmanuel Sanders runs routes. So I have Green Bay winning this. I think that Aaron Rodgers shows up, does what primetime Aaron Rodgers does. I'm not saying that San Francisco is going to have a bad game either. Just to be clear, I think this is going to be a good game all around. I think Green Bay wins it.
San Francisco, I've been taking them all year. I think that this team has been incredible. I was on their hype train when a lot of people were doubting them when they're remaining undefeated, and I said these guys are for real. But I agree. I think the Packers are going to win this game. I think it all comes down to the running game on this side. I think you hit the nail on the head with having the injured Breida. Coleman really can't take off. And the Packers have had an incredible running game, especially with Aaron Jones at the helm. I think the Packers be incredible. One interesting fact that I just found out when I was researching this game is Aaron Rodgers has never faced a team that has been 9-1 or better in his entire career. So this will be the first time he faces a team this good record-wise.
Oh,
But like you said, it's on prime time. The spread is only 3 points in favor of San Francisco. So I would take Green Bay with the points. I think Green Bay wins this one.
okay. And then the next game I want to get into is Baltimore and the Rams. Pretty sure Baltimore just runs over the Rams here. That team has looked good at times, bad at times, great at times, horrible at times. So I don't know what we're getting out of LA. We know what we're getting out of Baltimore because they just dog stomped Houston last week. They beat New England before that. They're showing what they are. That defense is really good. Them adding Marcus Peters was like the best addition they could have made to that team. And man, do they look good out there. Jimmy Smith, Marcus Peters. I mean, it's looking really good right now, and I'm really impressed with that secondary. Kind of interested to see how they do going forward. I think they got to at least lose one more. And the only reason I think they should have to lose one more game is because if they go undefeated from here on out to the playoffs, they're going to lose in the playoffs. They got to have that one game that shows them what they were doing wrong. It seems like every year that's what happens is the winning team has that one game that showed them what they were doing wrong, and then they get it right for the playoff push. Anything you want to say about that one?
I think it all depends on what happens with the Rams wide receivers. They had injuries, and they dealt with injuries last week, although they still came out with the win. Robert Woods was out for personal reasons, so we'll see him back this week. And it all depends on how Goff plays. We know that Gurley's going to have to play in a must-win situation here. I think we'll see more carries from him. I don't think he'll be on a snap count or a carry count this week. I think we'll see a lot of good play out of Gurley. So if you have him, I'd start him this week because I think he's going to take a big portion of this game because Los Angeles is in a must-win moment right now. However, Lamar Jackson's 14-3 as a starter so far in his career. He's amazing. We've been talking how he's an X-Factor, MVP caliber, and I think that continues. I got Baltimore winning this game.
Absolutely. And then the last one I want to talk about real quick is Seattle, Philadelphia. I think Seattle wins it. Philadelphia doesn't look good. Carson Wentz, not the quarterback he was a few years ago before he got injured. I think this is a pretty simple, pretty easy game to call. Russell Wilson is MVP candidate right now for a reason. I got Seattle winning this game. They beat San Francisco for a reason too.
Yeah, I agree. Seattle is an amazing team. They're immaculate. I think that they will be a fifth seed, unfortunately, because San Francisco. If San Francisco loses, I think they'll have the tiebreaker, so they could go from 5-1 in the matter of a week, which would be incredible. But I got Seattle winning this game. Philadelphia, I think that they played well against New England last week, And they have a lot to play for, battling for that NFC East title, because if they don't win the division, they're not making the playoffs. No wild cards coming from the NFC East. But Russell Wilson has been amazing on the road this year. 5-0 on the road, 116 passing rating, his 116 is passing rating on the road. Incredible. I don't see that changing. I think Seattle wins. I think they're going to win big, too. I think it's going to be a large margin, and I think we're going to stop talking about the Philadelphia Eagles after this week.
Right, yeah, I think so too, because Philadelphia just seems like one of those teams. They're so inconsistent. I don't know what we're seeing out there. Let's go ahead and get into